One question that we always get is when we interview people is they want to know what your songwriting process is. So is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah. I think it starts like with just like a lot of planting seeds. My songs are usually super truthful and they come from my life. So step number one is to just like be willing to be really tuned in to what you're feeling, and also be willing to go through stuff. If you want to write personally, I don't know any other way to write. And I take notes sort of as I go through stuff. So some of it is just like writing down the stuff that comes to you and knowing it'll lead somewhere. But when it comes to the day that I write the song, I usually write most of the song on the day that I decide to go do it, because I don't play anything super confidently, so I don't like spend days writing in my house randomly. I sort of like, I'm writing today, and all the songs I've been meditating on for like months come out. Most importantly, I need like a guiding concept. I need to know what I'm talking about, because I love to milk a metaphor. The concept needs to be super strong. And then once it is, it kind of writes itself. I tend to sort of spit out what rhymes and then edit it so that I care about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've learned that the way that songs are not like poems is that they have to come out of your mouth well. So I have been, then after that, the third step is like, what part of this is getting stuck in my mouth and doesn't feel good rhythmically, and then try to find what does. And the song's usually made in a day. And usually the recorded vocal is done mostly on day one too, because I get in my head after that and do a bunch of weird stuff to the song.
Yeah. Overthinking.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. Don't get in your way. I really love King Princess right now. I really love the song Holy. It's such a beautiful song. I'm very excited by like religious aesthetic right now. I'm not religious, but I'm religious like for Madonna. Like Madonna is my god. She's the rock and roll icons are my religion. Early influences are like Fiona Apple, because she really follows like her nutty brain lyrically, and vocally you can hear she's going through something, and I really like that. And I started in this dance company by covering Lana Del Rey songs, so I'm definitely she definitely influenced me in terms of like not feeling like I always have to sing big as a pop singer in order to create a vibe.
As a woman in this field, in all of these fields that you do, do you find that it's a little bit harder to get into the field? And if you do, what advice do you have for other women who are trying to make it in the creative field? A lot of the music world is male dominated. And I know it's changing, and I'm glad for that. But did you have any difficulties, or was it?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most of the difficulties, like, you're allowed to participate. The difficulties are microaggressions along the way.
Yeah.
It's the way people talk to you, whether or not they take you seriously, whether or not they sexualize you in the middle of a session, whatever. I think what we can do is continue to champion other women. I think that if you have an opportunity to choose who you work with, pick a woman. If you have an opportunity to call out a guy for the way he's talking to you or looking at you, do it. Like, one of the tiny ways I think we could help is just like, there's a little bit of an effort for it, but like more female engineers, because like the person you spend the whole day in the studio with while you're creating and while you're recording affects you. And I think that particularly American studios could afford to have more of a homey feminine touch to them. They're also like sleek and harsh, and everybody's like hanging and cool, and I just like I think it's cool to care. I think it's really cool to care about making people comfortable and making emotional work, and I just think like every opportunity you have to champion empathy is good, and that happens to be a pretty female characteristic.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, so there's like a general just like boys club vibe that I feel like everybody, including guys, especially guys, I invite you to like look for it and be better.